I've been wanting to put strips underneath my cabinets for a while for a little bit of under cabinet lighting, but I haven't done it. And the reason why is I haven't been able to get it 100% to where I want it. But then I started thinking about what good is a project that is 0% done because you can't get it 100% right. Maybe 80 to 90% of the way there is good enough. That is, if you're honest about what your 80 to 90% is. So let me show you the problems and challenges with my cabinets. But first, this video, I'm gonna be using the LIFX Z strips. The reason I go with the LIFX stuff is that it is bright, it has great color saturation, and it works with Apples HomeKit. I'll be using a 2-meter set, a single-meter TV set, and then a extension. I'll put links to all these down below. There's also gonna be a link to my video installing these on my TV. You can see how that looks and get a little walkthrough through that. Let's look at the cabinets. Now the problem I'm having is under the cabinets is not flat. I can't just attach a strip because of where the cabinets end up meeting and this part sticks down. Now, I don't want to cut a groove in it. Who knows, this house could be here long after me. These strips could die, and now I've chopped into the house for some LED strips. So, that is one of my challenges. I'm just gonna go underneath. Unless you're under 5 feet tall, you're never gonna see it. The other challenge I face is the LED strips I'm using come in 1-meter increments, and you can only cut them at certain points. So there's a balance between, you don't want to chop up a strip if you don't need to. That's a waste of money. So I'm gonna be using 2 meters worth to cover under here. Now with this cabinet over here, I'm gonna use 1 meter. I could use more. I'd love to go around the corner there, but I'm not gonna be able to because I'd have to sacrifice another meter. And actually I can't because I need to come out of the LIFX. I need to run the cable underneath there. And then I need to sacrifice a meter to get me that little section right there, which is disappointing to have to do. But that's what I gotta do. For power, I'm able to steal power from up there. But over here, I'm gonna need to take one of these plugs. So now I'm gonna have to come in and bring it up the wall and make it neat all up inside of here. So those are my challenges. Let's get to it.
For this project, I'm using a total of 4 meters, a 1-meter TV kit, an extension for that, and then a separate 2-meter kit. This is a 10-foot 4-pin cable used to connect extensions together. I may need to cut this. That's why I have my soldering iron, and I have shrink tube to clean up the edges. I'll put links to everything in the description. I have clips here that I can use to help secure the strips to the cabinet. I also have double stick tape here. These come in very handy, especially with power supplies and mounting things. Last, I have some little clips. These can come in handy for routing cables neatly, especially if you have to do a power supply underneath your cabinet. With LED strips, you have to pay attention to where you cut them. With the LIFX, they say to cut them at the soldering points or in the gap between 6 LEDs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, cut. Another 6 LEDs, cut. And you gotta pay attention to where you cut them. Don't cut on the light bulb. So pay attention, strips are all gonna be different. Addressable strips are gonna be handled differently. With this strip, if I wanted to try to put an extension on it and a connector, I could cut it at the soldering joint, cut back on the rubber here, and then attach a connector. Cutting it in the white gap, there's nowhere to put a connector on after that. When mounting LED strips, you're gonna have things like the power supply and the brains to it, and you're gonna need a place to put those. So you could double stick tape those on, but you have all this extra cable, and that's where these connectors could come in to help manage it and secure it to hopefully neaten it up. So we'll see how mine turns out.
I like to turn on the LEDs and let them warm up so that they will lay flat and become easier to work with. Now before putting these on, I like to do a trial fit. Also think about that you are gonna have to hide this stuff here. Part of me is thinking about actually plugging it in further away so that I can run the wire neatly across in this space and you won't see it unless you're underneath here, instead of trying to deal with a coil on this side here. So do a little trial fit of your strips. Like in my case, I'm going to lose some with the dip down. I don't want to let it dip too far because then it becomes obvious in the reflection that it is not 100% right. So I just want a gradual dip so you don't notice it, and just make sure it's gonna end where I think it's going to end. And it actually goes a little longer than I want. There is a point every 6 LEDs I could cut it so I can actually trim this one, which I hate to do. I really don't want to go that route. So let's try it again and see if I'm able to lose some in there, because I want it about this far in. So actually I can lose some on the other side. And I'm going about 3 inches from the front. I want them as far down as possible so that it lights as much as possible, but I also want it far enough back that I get some light coming off of a backsplash there. So see what works, do a little trial fit, and make sure you're okay. Actually, before I stick it up, I'm gonna try moving it down to this one right here. That way I can tuck it up and I have a little less cable to deal with. Let's start sticking it on. I like to leave it powered up just so I can see if there's any issues, anything comes undone along the way. That's just a preference of mine. Checking it up and down, see what looks the best on my backsplash. Right about there. Let's take a measurement. Right there. Since there's gonna be a reflection off the counter, I don't want it to show that it's dipping down. So I'm going to put a little connector thing there to make sure it holds it nicely, but I'm gonna continue, and I wanna make sure my measurements are accurate. So I'll attach it to the bottom. Yeah, let's start the next meter. Another measurement. And take the time to measure. It doesn't have to be 100% right, but come on, get a tape measure out. Measure your stuff. Only takes a minute. Wow, nice. There's the strip in, and yeah, it dips down right there, and it dips down right there. And you could see it if you're looking for it in the reflection, but nobody's gonna know. This is what we're looking at now. It looks nice and even. Now this side, we're gonna use 1 meter. I love to go around the corner, but I can't, so we'll get that to fit in there, go about 2.5 inches off like the other side. And the cable is at this end now, and that's the end I'm gonna start with, because I wanna come out of this side and go over to the other one. So that's gonna be right about there, equal distance. I wanna go 2.5 inches, right about there. That's in now. A little bit of cable management will go to the next part. I'm gonna drill a hole right here into my cabinet to pass this through. Actually, I'll be coming back through this way. The box itself will need to live back here, and then I'll come down behind the cabinets and then come out a hole right there or in that corner. Over on this side, I put a clip right here and here, just so it can hold it in case it were to drop. On this side, I used just the single piece, little strip. I had to lose the rest of it for now. Maybe I'll wire it up somehow. Then I have the cable running along here, running along there, and then back up through the cabinet for the 2 different strips. And over here is power. I had to put a little power strip. IKEA has these great little 3-way power strips. I might trim the 4-pin cable to replace one of those controllers. I'll just do that later. Wanted to finish the video. Here's a look at this side, nice and even. Turned out really well. The cable for it. We come underneath here. You can see that there's the parts where it drops down because of the cabinets connecting. As for the cable, I ran it all the way along the top here so I could eat up the length of the cable, but it's tucked up where no one's gonna see it. And then it plugs into the wall there because I didn't have a cabinet to plug into. Now, the camera is at head height. Now, if I drop down, now we're at about 4 feet. Now you start to see them. But other than that, looks great. So here's the stove side. I didn't get above the stove because of the heat giving off. I didn't want them to melt. Didn't think that was a good idea. What I did is this one, I couldn't use the 4-pin cable to connect them. So I ended up running a power supply and giving it its own power supply for now, running the cable, going along the top there, and then tucking back in that corner there where this one comes out. And the cable runs around and then comes over here to eat up the length of cable. All the cabinets are finished. I now have control from my phone so I can change it. I can record it into routines, give it a little mood lighting at night, and have a little bit of fun with it. I mean, in reality, I know in my house, movie time, I think we'll change it up, a little bit of hangout, make it look kind of cool in here. But in reality, it's gonna be in warm white, various levels of that. I'll have it in routine so that it comes up at night with the other lights in the house, have it down at a glow at night, come walking down, have that come on instead of all the overheads. Just gonna kind of play around with automating this into things. Overall, I'm happy. It's not 100% perfect, but if you get caught up in that, you'll never get anything done. So I really hope this video helps you in seeing some of the flaws of this, and that doesn't need to be perfect. Go out, do your projects. It's better to get it almost there instead of just never starting. So what project are you putting off right now? Let us know in the comment section. Now, if you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps it get recommended to more people. Next, make sure to check out that video over there. It will help you with some more smart home information. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.